Hi, Tom. My name is Cedric. I am a intern social worker here, and I just wanted to hop on this call with you real quick to kind of do a little bit of an intake. You get to know me, I get to know you, and see what you're here for today. How does that sound?
Sounds great. Sounds great.
Awesome. Awesome. So yeah, really, I would just like to start out. I always like to start out by asking, how are you feeling today? What brought you in?
Um, I'm feeling a little bit of an anxiety right now, Cedric. I'm 37 years old. I just recently came out to my church leader as being gay. Pretty nervous about that because, in today's society, people have a tendency to judge people like me harshly, because of the way things are in the world. And I'm just feeling a lot of anxiety right now. I talked to my pastor, and he said that this would be a good place to start. I do talk with him occasionally on Sundays when I'm at church, um, to give updates of how I am. And he really referred me to you so that I can kind of get some help of where I am.
Gotcha. Well, I want to say thank you for sharing that with me. I know that it can be difficult to share personal information and be vulnerable with another person, especially someone that you just met. So thank you very much for feeling comfortable enough to open up to me about that. Um, and it's perfectly reasonable to feel anxious regarding coming out to people around you and things like that. Would you want to tell me a little bit more about where the anxiety is coming from?
Well, it's the anxiety is coming from me being a gay African American male. And like I said, the way things are now, people have their own opinions of how straight and gay people are supposed to be. And I see so much on TV about how people like me are treated. And I just feel that, I don't want anything to happen to me because I have a daughter. And, I'm like her only source. And, that brings me a lot of sleepless nights. I have nightmares because I think of how people will treat me. And if something happened to me, what would my daughter do? I have a lot of anxiety, about all of this because it's all hitting me at one time.
It can be a lot. I hear you.
Mhm.
Would you mind telling me a little bit more about your relationship with your daughter?
Well, my daughter, she's 21, and she herself, she's just like the typical 20-year-old, and she goes out a lot with her friends. And I want to tell her that I'm gay, but I'm kind of on the fence about telling her because I hear comments that some of her friends make, and it pushes me away from really wanting to express myself. And I don't want her friends to judge her, and I really don't want them to judge me because of how I am. And because we have a really close relationship, and I
Mhm.
don't want her friends to move away from her because of how I am. And however cool that is, uh, people do that because of the way that they separate themselves. And I don't want that to happen. So, like I said, we're very close. We share a lot of information, but this is something that I'm just keeping buried. I every time I look at her, I want to tell her what's going on with me. Um, and I just can't bring myself to do it.
Hear you. I hear you. It must be difficult to not only figure out, what is going on with Tom, but then also have to then think about your daughter and how this news might impact her. Um, is that something that you were coming to seek services for today? Is that something that's really important to you?
Yes, that's very important to me, but I also want to let my sister know. I want to let my uncles know, because it's something that I feel that I would want to tell my family. I would want them to know who I am. And it's something that has been just eating at me every time I have dinner with them or have a conversation. I just want to just give them all my information about me, but I keep that held back because of being rejected is something that I don't want to feel.
What I'm hearing is that there's these two different parts of you. One that wants to live your true authentic like life and be your true authentic self, but then there's also a part of you that doesn't because, and correct me if I'm wrong, but a fear of judgment is
Yes,
that what it is?
yes, yes, and being rejected by people that I care about. Um, and it just scares me because that would be the worst thing to ever happen, being judged and rejected at the same time. And I don't know where else to turn.
Yeah, rejection is a tough thing to feel, especially when you are being rejected for something that is just inherently you that you can't change.
Right.
So I hear you there. I did want to transition a little bit and ask about any current hobbies or things that you like to do with your free time. Do you have any hobbies?
Oh yeah. I do. I watch a lot of movies on TV. I play with my dogs a lot. Um, when I'm cleaning my house, I listen to music. Um, and those are basically things that I do.
I want to know more about your goals. So I know that goal number one seems like to know more about yourself and explore this new side of yourself. Are there any other goals that you have um, for therapy?
Yes, I really believe that by me coming to you to ask for help, that I'm going to constantly need someone to be there to continue to guide me and give me direction on what I'm doing or if it's right or what steps I should take to continue to stay on the right track. And that's another one of my goals is to just really be a normal living human being.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, that's definitely something that we can help you out, but we're here to support you and guide you and help you um, move forward. I think we are nearing the end of our time, and it seems like we got a good understanding of each other and what we wanted to see moving forward. So do you have any other questions for me at this time? Is there anything that you would like to share?
No, I don't. You've been awesome. And like I said, I just, thank you for taking the time to see me. And it's been a great help.